Now, celebrations this week in the Syrian city of Raqqa. It was liberated from ISIS. Looks like we have won. Well, where's that from?
That's in Raqqa, in the public square.
That's ISIS guys giving that black flag. I don't think we should be running that. They've been run out of town.
Yeah,
They're gone.
I think it's been captured.
Get that off.
It's been captured.
Joining us now is former Brigadier General Anthony Tata. Welcome to the show, sir.
Great to be here, sir. Thank you.
Brigadier General.
That's right.
Is that the same as a general?
Yeah, it's all the same.
It's close?
Yeah,
Okay.
It's all the same.
We won. They're on the run. They've been squeezed into just a couple of pockets in Syria. On the ground, the deal is done. They're out of here. Can Mr. Trump claim victory?
I think the Trump administration can claim victory because of the relaxed rules of engagement and because of the enhanced geopolitical maneuvers with the Kurds. Getting the Kurds involved, there are two key things here. Relaxed rules of engagement and the involvement of the Kurds in the fight. The Mosul fight and the Raqqa fight both involve the Kurds heavily, and that is what has helped push Syria, or ISIS out of Syria and into Libya and other places in the northern tier of Africa.
But what happens next is Iran expands its influence over much of Iraq, parts of Syria, and Iran itself.
Well,
right?
well the key point that you're making, Stuart, is discussions about post-conflict Syria, Iraq are so key right now. The whole Kurdistan discussion is very important as well. They've been a great ally to us, and they've been very influential in the region. And so there's a case to be made for having them as a buffer to Iran and Assad and other malcontents in that area.
Okay. Of course, there's always the prospect of these ISIS fighters coming back to where they came from, Europe, the United States. Just listen to this from the head of Britain's intelligence service, domestic intelligence, that's MI5. He says the UK, Britain, facing the most severe threat ever from Islamist terror. Roll that tape.
We've seen a dramatic upshift in threat this year. It's at the highest tempo I've seen in my 34-year career. Today, there is more terrorist activity. It's coming at us more quickly, and it can be harder to detect. The scale at which we're operating is greater than ever before. We're now running well over 500 live operations involving around 3,000 individuals known to be currently involved in extremist activity in some way.
Whoa! 500 live operations, 3,000 individuals involved in some way. That's a dire threat indeed.
It's indeed a dire threat because when you look at our travel ban that has now been pushed aside again, the influence and the influx of all of the migrants coming from Syria into all of Europe and into London and Great Britain, that's how these folks are getting in, is they're just using these documents that are fabricated to get inside these countries and like Great Britain and influence the operations in there. And so it has huge ramifications for us in the United States.
So you're saying, look, we've got to have that travel ban.
Yeah, for
sure.
sure.
We've got to have a much stricter vetting process for anybody who comes.
And Stuart, when I was in Afghanistan as a Deputy Commanding General, we stopped 3, 4, 5 different planned attacks against the United States back in '07. And so it just continues on. There are bad people out there that want to do the West harm, and we have to recognize that. All this feel-good stuff, we just have to recognize that there's evil in the world, and they want to do democracy harm, and they want to kill Americans, they want to kill Western citizens, and that's what this is all about, and we need to get tough on it.
You were Deputy Commander in Afghanistan?
I was.
And you saw these plots unravel.
We captured and killed foreign fighters that were planning plots against the homeland of the United States. And that's why it's better to fight them on their 5-yard line than our 5-yard line.
Where did these foreign fighters come from?
They go all over the Middle East. So the big cue for a plot that we would pick up on if we could find Arabian Peninsula folks in Afghanistan or Pakistan, they're not indigenous to that, then you knew something was happening. Then we would further drill down on the intelligence, and lo and behold, we would capture a few or kill a few, and then we would find these plots that were being developed. And
what a story.
And that is where 9/11 was planned in Kandahar. So it's to think that people have, decided to stop is ludicrous. I mean, it is picking up, if anything.
You're a great novelist, by the way.
Thank you.
Very few people can be a general and a novelist at the same time. Your next book is this one, right? Direct Fire. Oh, that was Besieged. I read that and I liked it. And the next one is called Direct Fire. That comes out when?
December 26th, the day after Christmas. All those Amazon gift cards.
Boxing Day.
Oh, yeah, that's what. Direct Fire, December 26th. General Taylor, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Stuart.